That's
Oh,
cool.
don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Those audio sound good.
Yeah, it sounds good. All right, well, fellas, this is like deja vu, huh?
Yeah. Deja vu. I feel like we were just
It's been a week already?
No, wait.
It's felt like 10 minutes.
To our audience listening, we just did a whole a pretty banger episode. Like, it was probably the best out of the two that we had.
Best one yet.
Like compared to episode 1, we had our stuff together. Well, not
I didn't click record. And we finished, and I was like, oh, nice. Not recording. But anyways, we're doing it again. Welcome back to another episode of the weekly check-in. My name is Malcolm.
I'm Oscar.
And I'm Andy.
So on our first recording, we talked about everyone's Thanksgiving. Andy, go ahead.
It was good. We went from family to family, eating a whole bunch of food, and it was nice. Very full. Lots of good food. Seasoned.
How much weight did you gain?
I have no idea. I haven't weighed myself. I did work out Friday and yesterday, so I'm keeping it in check.
Nice.
Yeah. And a side note real quick, just because it came to the top of my head. Have you guys ever weighed yourself before you, took a shit?
No. I thought you were going to say before Thanksgiving. Jesus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, have you?
I couldn't put it past you for doing it.
Out of pure curiosity one day.
And?
Yeah, you gotta go further.
Yeah, you can't just end it there.
I mean, nothing changed.
Well, yeah, I mean, unless you're taking a massive dump, you're not gonna.
I mean, you should have been there. You should have been there.
I don't think the podcast wants to be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. I'll dial it back.
Oscar.
Man, Thanksgiving was good. The family went down to Georgia. Saw all my aunts and cousins. But for Thanksgiving specifically, we all went over to my older cousin's house.
Yeah.
Everyone was there. We had great food. Played my younger cousin in basketball. He's 14. I think just out again. Why is this happening? That's what's happened. And in the middle of my story. Let me say, now that I'm back. Yeah, he's 5. Yeah, my little cousin, he's 5'10", but 14 years old. I was putting the clamps on him, bro. He was not scoring on me, not once. But then, a thing took a turn for the worse, twisted my ankle. So then I was like, damn, I really feel like Anthony Davis out here just can't stay healthy. So I was sidelined for the rest of the day.
The whole day?
And for the rest of my time being down there, actually.
Dang.
So, and all I wanted to do was go climbing the next day. Couldn't.
No. There's something out of bed.
I barely did that.
Dude, I called him this morning, and it was probably 11 o'clock your time, and this dude was still chilling in bed.
Dude, same here.
He called me twice. I was in bed both times.
He claims he got up in between the first and second call, but
I did because I went to go eat. I finally got breakfast during that time.
Mm.
But yeah, my Thanksgiving was pretty good overall, though. Even though I was working the entire time.
Yeah, I went back home for a week. We just had a big family gathering. My grandparents, unfortunately, were not a part of our Thanksgiving. They're back home in the Philippines, doing some stuff there. But we had pretty much the whole family there, and my uncle had a baby. The baby's reaching around 1 year old. So it's this is the first time I got to hang out with the child and the kid, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, so it was just a big family gathering. We had a bunch of food on the table. And it was cool. It was a good way to kind of relax, to get back and chillax.
Wind down.
Yeah. Rejuvenate? Is that a thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah.
So that was my Thanksgiving. One thing I want to bring up with traveling at Thanksgiving is, one, the TSA lines are quadruple the size of what they normally are, which is insane. a lot of comedians and like people around the Denver area will say like crap against the airport here because it's just super, I think, unorganized because you enter through your TSA the same way you enter or exit the terminal when you do baggage claim. So baggage claim and TSA are on the same level. So it's just like a big cluster. So instead of like bringing your bag in and then going to TSA, it's you have to go up a level, check in your bag, go down, figure out where your terminal is because there's an east side and a west side, and then meander through the baggage claim people and then get your luggage. So, and you have what I call, what did I call it? Luggage Karens. So like with Frontier, you have to pay with everything. And there were like problems, and it's like all over social media now where like there's a bunch of employees, rightly so, telling passengers that their bag is too big. So there's like the little measuring thing when you put in the bag. And so we had an incident on a plane where the guy apparently was supposed to check in his bag, but then he took it in. But he claims, so we're all sitting, plane is full, everyone's boarded, we're about to leave. Lady comes on, is like, sir, you have to check in your bag. Like this bag needs to be checked in. There's no overhead space. The flight's sold out. And in his defense, looking up at the luggage bin, it's basically empty because they're doing these luggage checks and they're catching a lot of people. So they're arguing. Long story long, she was like, I'm going to call people to get you off this plane if you don't pay for this backpack, carry-on, whatever. And he's pretty much like, I don't feel comfortable speaking with you. Please get someone else for me to talk to. She turns around, exits, and was pretty much like, I'm going to kick you off this plane. But I guess it wasn't a big enough problem because we just taxied out and took off. Yeah. So it's crazy. I mean, like you're supposed to be nice to people behind the counter because they are like customer service, and holidays are always tough for customer service. I used to work for REI, so like that was a lot. Yeah. So that was like huge, but yeah.
So
Oscar?
How was the flight?
It was packed. Oscar's down. I need you to pick it up.
I'm telling you, that first take was golden for me.
Yeah, bro.
Can we like try and reel me back in?
What do you mean? Just do one of your topics.
Oh well, okay. But okay. So since we're like talking about TSA and all that, my question was, what do you guys think is the best form of transportation? Like going like quick, like a sort of like a short distance to like long distances.
Metro.
So you guys said metro first. I said car because it's like you can take it anywhere.
I mean, yeah, you can take it anywhere, but accidents occur.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, so you're in like
stressful.
You're trying to go to Hawaii, right? There's no metro. There's no metro in Hawaii. You can't get there from metro in Hawaii. And if you like try to go, like if you're trying to go to Shenandoah, there's no trains to Shenandoah.
But
like you can't go camping.
Like in my head, it's like America pulled itself together and stopped saying one more highway to fix everything, and then just put a metro system, like a nationwide metro system, efficient, and like in the platform, there's actually a barrier so accidents don't happen and all that stuff.
True.
In my imaginary world.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about people in the highway or getting a ticket or car maintenance. Like That's why metro system in my head is just so much better.
But we do deal with
so many things like that.
Yeah. It would definitely do less plane crashes for sure. But then you have like train maintenance and stuff like that. But.
Well, like for planes, I get it for like traveling abroad, right? Like I think that's like the most efficient way because ships are slow as hell.
But like majority, it's trains.
Majority is trains, like on land, on land metro.
Yeah.
And like you can go to the airport really fast in a metro system.
True.
So.
Yeah, and then don't they have metro stops I could go to?
Yeah, they added one in Dulles.
Yeah.
The Silver Line, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's just over.
Yeah. That takes like from Reston, it goes all the way to the airport, which is like crazy.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
If only you reached here.
because also like with the train, you can like you can take your car onto the train and then you can have your car over there, like wherever you're
True.
going. So, and then like when you're taking the train, okay. So like also when you're taking the train, there's like those special like rooms that you can have where it's
Oh yeah.
like you
Yeah.
and like somebody else, and it's like if it's like a really long like ride, then there's like that bed that can like come down and you
Right.
can like sleep up top or on the bottom. So
And you can get work
there's
done
that.
if you want to
You
do
can
like
get work
personal. It's
done.
true.
Goof off, do whatever, listen to like a podcast like this one,
Yeah.
read a book or whatever. You can have that free time and you're not stressed like actually having to
Driving just gets
going somewhere.
But
yeah,
if
driving
we're
gives you so
all
much stress.
like taking Tesla's lead and it becomes all automated, it's like
I still don't like it.
independent. It's like independent trains then.
It's still inefficient though,
True.
because like they have to produce the car. Like for them, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like materials like to make batteries and stuff is not infinite.
And you got to still
And,
park
like,
it.
And you still got to park it. You still got to pay taxes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you do something that voids the warranty, they can just block you from using your car. So
Pretty much. And
it's,
like,
it's cool technology, but
and you have
I
to
don't know.
independently pay for the maintenance of that.
yeah.
Like because then it's to the point where the majority of like people living there need to be able to afford the product.
Yeah. And like a metro system, you can make it free or you can make it like, there's like a fee per entrance, but like they're electric, so it'd still be even better for the environment and all that stuff.
I guess
I see it as a win for everything.
Subscription based rides.
Oh, don't give them ideas for subscriptions. We have enough subscriptions. I would just be like, I don't know, like maybe my taxes should go towards it, if you pick like,
Andy, our taxes should go towards a lot of things.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, aren't your roads unfilled with potholes and your?
I love freaking healthcare.
That's funny. Well, we saved the bunny.
Oh yes, the bunny.
Yeah. So there's like this bunny that's been there's a bunny that has been lost in my parents' neighborhood for like 3-4 months, and my stepdad just got back from walking the dog, and he's starting to like put Ronan, our dog's crate, together because we folded, put it away because he's already crate trained. He starts opening up the crate, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "The neighbor told me they finally caught the bunny, and he asked for my help." So I'm like, getting this, we're gonna bring the bunny into the house. I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." So there's this app called the Neighborhood app, which is pretty much like a Facebook group for your neighborhood. My mom found the previous post saying the bunny was lost way back when, replied to it, and like successfully returned the bunny. But the bunny's huge. I didn't realize how like huge bunnies get. They're like a pretty medium-sized cat.
Like a squirrel.
Yeah, but it was a cute bunny. The fur looked soft. I didn't hold it because I started getting like weird allergy stuff.
Were you scared to have rabies?
No, I'm actually allergic to dogs, cats, and like animal dandruff. I just get used to it if like I'm around it. You build up like tolerance. So I started getting like a weird scratch in my throat, and but it was like the sweetest, cutest bunny. So
I thought it was like a road bunny that you guys like thought it was like lost in the wild. I'm like, how do you have a lost bunny?
just
But apparently
took a bunny and call it yours. But yeah, then like we returned it, but originally we thought, because it's the second time that bunny got lost, and like, what is it, the owners? But the bunny was like, it was clean, it was well maintained, it loved humans, so yeah.
Oh, and then when I was driving back near our houses and everything like over there in that area, I saw a sign that had a lost dog for like $5,000.
Yeah, I saw the same sign. How long has that been?
I was like, maybe maybe 2 weeks now, or like a week or something like that, because it was there before I left for Georgia. Then it was there when I came back. So I was like, one, they haven't found their dog, but 5,000 for a dog, bro.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It?
I did not.
Because I was like, then we could like, well, first call and see if they found the dog. Second, drive around or check every shelter in our area
True.
to see if we can find the dog.
For the people
If
listening,
we can't find the dog, we get a good, like a really good lookalike. Buy it.
No, you can tell immediately if that's your dog or not.
the people are calling his name, and it's just the dog's just not
It's like
going.
it does not respond to their name or anything.
That's so funny.
Yo, it's amnesia. It's amnesia in dogs.
Yeah.
It got hit and it can't remember. So.
Something with hypothermia, and it just forgot who he is. I thought he was gonna make a joke. That was a perfect time to be like, we should call like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you missed a shot. But for the people listening who don't know us, Oscar, Andy, and I used to live like in a line, like within a mile and a half of each other. It'd be like me, then Andy, and then Oscar. So like we see the same lost dog signs and we see the same stuff. So
How did we figure out we lived so close? I know you guys lived. You guys knew
where we live.
yeah.
And then for me, it was like a surprise, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you lived.
I think you said something one day.
We were talking, right? We were like talking about maybe like going out or something.
Yeah, and they're like, here's my address, and you were literally like the next street over.
I just had to cross a tree line and a few houses, and I'm at my
it's like a pebble throw away from my house. Oscar's was a
living
little
a double life.
Yeah, he was at literally the neighborhood next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was funny.
It only makes sense.
What
I'm secretive.
Favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, the food.
Yeah, we're all trying to think of the topics we just talked about.
Oh, no, because like also as we were talking, I was like trying to think of like new things that you could like talk about.
Yeah.
So it's new for us, not necessarily our audience. Just so it's new for us.
Oh god.
And I had something, but then it went away. But favorite food: macaroni and cheese, cornbread, and a ham.
Yeah, same. Yeah. No, well, I do like the dark meat of a turkey because it is like pretty juicy. So I would say dark meat turkey, and then I would do cornbread, mac and cheese, and corn, like just straight up corn from the bag.
Wait.
Corn and butter.
Andy gives his 2 cents. I'm so sorry, Andy. But when you say corn, how are you taking that corn? Like, are you talking like loose corn?
Yeah, like loose corn from frozen bag.
Corn on the cob.
No, we do like frozen bag corn from the vegetable aisle.
Yeah, so it's like loose corn.
Yeah.
It's not on the... You're disgusting. I just want you to know that you're disgusting.
I don't want to it's easy. You just buy corn. You don't have to like boil it or anything. You don't have to like cook it. You just salt, pepper. It's easy to share. Like everyone can have whatever amount of corn they want.
10 times better.
I'm not saying it's not better. I'm just saying it's easier.
I don't think I've ever seen loose corn. Besides like the Chipotle area, right?
True, yeah. But even then it's mixed into something else which adds like more like flavor, right? But just loose corn.
Yeah, loose corn.
So it was just like a bowl of loose corn.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what do you think I do? Like,
he lost me. It's corn.
Yeah, it's corn. It's corn.
Loose corn. Corn's corn, bro. On the cob or not.
I haven't think about that. I'm like, no. The only way I'll take my
then it's
corn
like
is on the cob.
it's hella messy, and you're like, yeah, from start to finish, bag corn's a lot cleaner. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying in like a big family setting, a family of like 8 or 9, it's probably easier.
Right.
Both of you have bad luck.
I'm so sorry to take away from you, Andy. Please, what is your favorite?
My favorite is, I guess, to be specific, it would have to be anything my dad makes because he puts like everything he can find. It would be the most randomest thing, and it would be a good dish. So like this year we had turkey and then chicken because some family doesn't like turkey for valid reasons. Like turkey is very hard to cook. Well, anybody can cook it, but is it good? But like we had a lot of good stuff. and like the side stuff like mac and cheese, and then we started getting to like pupusas, tacos, and all that stuff. And so it was just like a bit of everything. It was really good.
Wait, so handmade pupusas?
Worry after that.
I'm sorry.
Handmade pupusas?
Yeah,
Dang.
we make them.
Yeah. Well, how long is the process?
I would say like 30, 40 minutes.
Okay.
If I were to do it, it'd probably be like an hour to like 2 hours because I'm slow. But like my family's Salvadoran, and so it's a popular dish over there. So like my mom or even my dad, they can make it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Nice. What are you gonna say, Oscar?
Did you guys make anything for your Thanksgivings? Did you guys make like
this year? No. Like we just did everything bought because it's just. I mean, the first this is probably the second or third year that we did buy everything. We used to make everything, the macaroni and cheese. We buy the cornbread and like spinach, cream spinach, but it used to be homemade, but it got to be too much. So now we just buy everything. So we do like Boston Market, we have a ham place, and then we buy turkey. We did Panera. Costco sells Panera mac and cheese. So we did that. Yeah.
Sound like that turns you on a little bit, Andy.
No.
Do they?
No. Goes to Costco right after this.
Like, yo, I need it.
Yeah. But yeah, we have it. You guys went. What did you guys eat? Did you make it or did you buy it? And Oscar.
Oh, made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everything was made, but I'm personally not in the kitchen making anything.
Oh, obviously.
So, yeah.
You're just the enjoyer.
Yeah.
I just enjoy. I just show up.
He's a judger. This guy's like loose corn. No.
Yeah, that you're out. Like, you're cut from Thanksgiving.
He's like, I'll eat it, but judging.
I'm not gonna enjoy it. Yeah.
I have no idea what time we're on. Should we just go to the? Should we just go to the? So you should just go to the two ending segments.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Actually, no. Hold on.
Okay.
No. Because there was like one thing I did have that I didn't even like bring up because it wasn't even in like the flow of what we were talking about.
Oh, what was it?
Or did you disconnect?
Nah, it just wasn't the flow. But like another question I had, I was like it's completely off topic, but you know how like the season's changing, you know, it's getting colder and everything.
Yeah.
You know, some people are still single, some people aren't. But like, have you guys heard of like cuffing season?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are familiar. For those that aren't, you know, cuffing season, you know, it gets cold. People try and like boo hop, so they have someone to cuddle with, do like little cute things with over like the holidays and things like that. So, have you guys ever done anything specific before, during, or after like that period of time?
No.
No. So like, if you were single, you're just single, did nothing.
Yes.
Or if
Yeah.
you were already in a relationship, you stayed in it afterwards.
Stayed in it?
Yeah, like you didn't like call it quits or anything.
No, I don't think so. Like current and past, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
You?
Honestly, me?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, also when I like formed this question, it didn't really.
He's like, when I formed this question, I didn't think it would come back to me.
I didn't think it would come back to me.
I don't want to ruin my reputation.
That's funny.
No, nothing
I
like
think
that.
so. And I think like cuffing seasons for like hooking up.
Exactly, then that's when I'm also like I'm different from you guys.
Like
That's
my
just
thing
also
is
shit.
like I never like really shared like my relationship stuff or anything with my family, so it's just like a personal thing. Like I never really thought much about it until it was brought up. I was like, yeah, they wouldn't know that I have a girlfriend unless I specifically told them, and so they do now. But yeah.
Do they ask? Do they prod?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I know that my mom is nosy, but they won't really. They know that I have a boundary of like what I will talk about and what I will not talk about.
Yeah. Oscar, you're pretty open.
Which is pretty healthy.
What?
You're pretty open.
Your turn.
Oh yeah, I'm open about it.
Too much. Close up a bit.
I can probably close up a bit.
It's like I've heard too much. He's like I've heard too much from him. He needs to actually shut up.
Shut up.
But he just keeps going, and he knows it.
All right, so we're gonna move on to this is gonna be more for our listeners than it is for us so
What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about.
we're gonna do
Whatever you're about to do, I'm gonna ace it 100%. I know it.
I'm gonna do this new segment. Basically, it's trivia, and it's gonna be first grade to 12th grade, like science, math, social studies, English trivia. And as we said before, we accidentally did not record the first time, so everyone already knows the answers. But for our listeners, this is for you guys. First grade, we're gonna start with math, an easy one. 6 + 3.
24.
25.
25.
Pretty easy.
Bro, in all seriousness, 21.
Is that 25 is a SpongeBob thing, right? Not 21?
Yeah. No.
21 was a Vine? Was that?
21 was Vine. 24, 25, SpongeBob.
All right.
But the answer's not.
We're dating ourselves with
Oh,
Vine.
Jesus.
I know, right?
Not dating that much.
I wasn't on Vine, so I'll click to my youth.
True.
You know, since we're talking about it now, I was also not on Vine.
I was on Vine a little bit, but it was mostly Instagram and Facebook.
When I got interested, when I got curious about it, it was already shutting down. So I was like, oh,
yeah,
I bother.
Yeah, I wonder how they got shut down though. It was like doing really well.
I forgot what happened.
Yeah. We'll do it on the next fact check. Someone fact checked our stuff from last episode, so we're gonna do that after the quiz. But for science, again, for our listeners, what do we call a place where an organism lives?
This is the tough one.
Just
feel like my memory bank.
Feel like I heard this one before.
It should be bad.
So Oscar originally said, what did you originally say?
What do you mean? I originally said habitat?
No, bro.
Which is the right answer. Yeah. No, but the first I did say ecosystem.
Which kind of makes sense.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. Habitat, ecosystem. The answer is ecosystem. Social studies. Who did the pilgrims invite to their feast? This is the one that might get us canceled, but.
I mean, I'm so sticking with what I said originally.
Yeah, we were right. Native American.
Yeah. But it was like the specific tribe. Yeah. It was a specific tribe. So basically, A is, well, let me just start with C because it's obvious. C, Spanish conquistadors. B, French traders. Or A, which is the correct answer, is the Wampanoag people. So it's Wampanoag people. And the last question is English, again, first grade. Birds blank wings. A is has and B is have.
Have.
What is have?
Correct. We're like trying to make this podcast like the first episode, but we're just steamrolling through. Fact check.
You know, we had time to look for new questions.
Yeah.
True, you could have did that.
Could have.
But some people.
You want to restart? Let's just restart the episode.
Third time's the charm.
Fact check. So if you guys didn't watch the first episode, go and watch it. There's a portion where we talk about Tom Clancy and that series, and also Jack. It was Jack Ryan, right?
Yes.
Tom. It was Jack Ryan.
You're talking about the show, right?
Yeah. We talked about like shows and stuff like that. So go ahead and watch the first episode because we're having fact checks. So fact check number 1, someone sent in and it said the author indeed did die, but the brother continued the book series. So that was for Tom Clancy. The author of that did die, but the brother continued the book. And then we talked about bodybuilding and Ronnie Coleman and steroid use, both for actual health reason for sickness, and then bodybuilding. So go ahead and watch that if you are interested. But Ronnie Coleman took corticosteroids for inflammation. So I'm not sure if he was on anything else, but he was on that one for just like the stress and stuff like that through working out, because he was a pretty big dude for inflammation and stuff. So.
And then also, I don't think I had to clear my throat and munch on M&M's over here. Also, I don't think we've said anything that would like warrant a fact check in this episode, right? But our first recording, Malcolm, you brought up how you said New York has the best metro system in like the U.S.
Oh yeah, so we back to our traveling. I said New York has the best. No, I said New York has the most efficient metro system because
No. You said the best.
You said
the best and efficient, right?
Nationwide.
Like, I mean, best is going to be efficiency. Yes, it is dirty. Yes, it is like New York, and there's some weird people, and it smells like pee. But like, it's there every like when I was in New York, it was there every 5 minutes. It was there every like 5 or 10 minutes, and it took you to every borough of like every inch. You can access every inch of New York through the metro. And so, I don't know, fact check that. What is the best metro system or the public transportation system in the United States?
Well, like, the bar is low, and in New York, that's like the only way you can like get anywhere besides walking or biking.
Yeah.
And so, like, it makes sense why it would be in America the best one.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if someone's going to tell us about San Francisco or like just California in general. I wonder if there's
I have no idea for the West Coast, so that would be good.
Yeah.
But don't they have like trolleys or something over there?
They do.
No, I know they're very limited.
Yeah.
I think they used to be more popular like nationwide, but they were shut down by like automotive industries.
Fact check.
So
it's like we're all wrong.
Yeah.
It's some place in the middle of like Nebraska that has like the best metro system.
No, they got cornfields out there.
Like DC is good, but it's just small.
Yeah. It's centralized. It's super centralized.
They are trying to expand it right now.
True.
Yeah. But like,
I mean, we both know it's not the best.
It'll be like a lot of years before like it gets anywhere near us though. Just like the one in Vienna, the station.
Yeah.
No, they're building out the one off of 66?
Are they? I thought that was the Easy Pass expressway.
Yeah, the expressways.
Yeah.
Which is like so confusing, by the way.
Yeah, the ramps are so confusing.
Yeah.
It felt like I was driving through Texas for a second.
Well, it's interesting because like the GPS doesn't know where you are. So like you're on one road, but the road is split. So like imagine it's 5 lanes, but 2 of those lanes are, for the listeners, 5 lanes. 2 of those lanes are expressways, but the GPS doesn't know which side of the road you're on, and the express lanes is coned off. So there's no way you can access it. Pretty much, unless you're coming from the ramp, you can't access it on the highway already. You gotta ramp into the expressway. But the GPS doesn't know like which ramps are expressways yet. And if you're on the road, because you can't enter the expressways, naturally, if you're in the expressways, you can't exit the expressway. So if you have like a right lane exit, the GPS says turn right, but you can't because you're coned off. So it doesn't account for the exit ramps either. So you're just like driving until like you see a ramp.
Did we talk about it in the last podcast where because of this, the HOV is 3+ now? Or was that a private conversation?
I think that might have been a private conversation.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But if you have 3 people, it's free, right? If you have 3 people, it's free. I'm pretty sure the cost is the HOV is free if you have 3 people.
HOV.
Oh, okay.
HOV is free regardless. I think it's just a matter of if you get fined or a ticket.
Gotcha.
Because I'm in the hub lane.
By himself, this dude.
It's fast.
It says it's faster. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Sorry that this episode feels a little lackluster. We try to bring in the energy for the second time. What?
Please tell me you're recording.
Yeah, I am. I made sure.
Okay.
For our video listeners, sorry that our screen keeps changing. I'm also trying to fix our audio problem and maintain our audio levels.
We'll figure it out.
But we'll figure it out. But we are on Spotify and YouTube. YouTube, we have a video version. Spotify, obviously, we have the audio version. So if you are on Spotify and want to see our awesome faces, go to our YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and need us to go ahead and subscribe to our Spotify. We upload every Monday. And if you look at our bio, you'll see our social media. So go ahead and follow us on that. We love talking with you guys and interacting with you guys. And that's how you get our fact checks in. If you want to send in some fact checks or even topics you guys want to talk with us about, we would love to see that on our comments, either on YouTube, Spotify, or even on our Instagram. Reach out to us. But thank you for listening to the second episode of the Weekly Check-In, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.